Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. Man, fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you mad.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Phil and Leroy Judgmental Podcast,
Just Phil back in here.
and this is Leroy. So, what's going on, Phil?
Not much. I was just watching the Michael Jordan documentary on his dad. Shit's kind of crazy.
Oh, the one from Amazon.
I'm not sure where it came. It came out this year.
They tried to imply. Did you watch it all already? Because I might say something like
No, I watched I watched 3 episodes so far. I got to where the part where they about to interview the boy. He said he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But if you listen to those interrogations tape, those cops are wrong for the way they interrogated those boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Well, I got such and such down the hall. He said you did it. When he got there, the body was already dead. So you can cut a deal now, because if you don't cut a deal now, he gonna cut the deal, and you gonna get all the charges. Saying that to both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 52 fake out. Like they
Like,
don't
how
know.
how could that even hold up in court? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. So other than that,
But
what
you was gonna say something about it?
No, I'm going to ask you what you think about it. Oh, the part that I don't want to say anything because I think you might have saw the part, but did they try to imply that what is his name? I don't want to call him Michael Jordan's father.
Shoot, just call him Mr. Jordan.
All right, did they try to imply that Mr. Jordan was gay?
I didn't peep that.
So you got the part where well, I know they talked about this part in the beginning about the hotel. Well, it was like a damn sleazy.
Right. Well, they did. That was a little sketchy, like how he was on the road and he was tired, but he would stay at a hotel and all that. Yeah, that was a little sketchy.
And then
But,
and then they talked about how he wouldn't call his family like weeks at a time.
Yeah, see, that was weird to me too, that he wouldn't talk to his family. Like, not only did he not call them, they didn't call him either, and they would say like, "Oh, well, we knew he was all right." Like, what do you mean?
Right. Mr. James Jordan is his name.
Okay.
I didn't want to keep calling him Michael Jordan's dad. So James Jordan, yeah, they tried to imply that either he got like a second family or leading a double life or something.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like maybe he had a double life, like you said, maybe he had a family on the side or something, but they didn't want to go into details on that.
And I never got that shit where you tired of driving, you want to pull over and sleep.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Maisha does that. They driving down the street, they want to pull over the highway and sleep. You must be kidding. My thing is
now the only way go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only way you can justify that if you got a whole bunch of dudes with you in the car and y'all just want to pull over at a rest stop, get some snacks, and crash in the car and keep it moving, something like that. But if you by yourself or 1 or 2 people, no, you get you a hotel room and you keep it moving.
Exactly. And the thing about him is he got money. He got money on him. Go and get a hotel. Why would you just pull over and lay on the side? If he got a hotel for a full day and he only stayed in there for what, 5 or 6 hours of sleep, so what? He got money. It don't matter to him. A hotel staying don't matter to him.
Yeah, it's definitely more to the story.
Right.
What about the cop? What about the cop in that town that killed the drug dealer and then his dad got him off?
Yeah.
And then his dad is shady as hell because he said there the guy that was running for office and all this stuff, and then they came to the cop about something, and he said, oh, they said it was a hit. It was a hit out on him or whatever.
Yeah.
So then the guy said, all right, well, I'm gonna pass this along to FBI. They go and kill the guy, and then the FBI like, well, we never got a call or anything about this.
Yep. So how about you got to the part where they held the newspaper station house?
Yeah, that was the last episode I watched. They held them hostage at the station.
Mm-hmm. So now, do you think that the black one was involved?
It's weird because the whole time he kept saying like, I didn't do this, and then listening to that interrogation tape makes me seem like the cops just want to open shut case. They don't want to do their job.
Right.
But how do you justify him in the video with fucking the watch on and the dude with the ring and all this shit?
Yeah.
So it's something funny going on.
Freestyle. Well, he already said that the I don't know his name neither. The Native American one, let's just say that. The
Uh-huh.
Native American one came to his house and had told him about it. And they had went to where the car is, and he was already dead in the car. So the thing that he said he's guilty of is moving the body and dumping the body, but in terms of killing him, he always said that he didn't do it.
Why would you move the body?
Well, he was helping his friend out. That's what friends are for.
Yeah, certain shit, but I don't know.
I'll be like, don't come in my house with this shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
like,
crazy.
and,
Like I said, I didn't get that far, so I don't know like the whole ins and out. But to me, so far, I don't know. Like they said, the Innocence Project got involved and all this shit, but I don't know. No, that was another case that I was just watching. But I don't know because they was young. I don't see no young people just killing Jordan dad like that. You know what I mean?
right.
And everybody, it's not like you didn't know who he was. Because
Exactly.
everywhere Jordan was went, his dad was when he looked just like him but older. So
Yep.
it's like whoever killed him knew that was Jordan dad, and they didn't rob him. So that's where the story kind of links up with what the boys was saying. If the person that killed him didn't rob him, then the boys came along and they took the watch and stuff. I can see that happening. But if they didn't rob him, that means they intentionally killed Jordan dad.
Right. Now, like you said, they already knew who it was because what was that? A All-Star ring? A Chicago Bulls? What was that? A Chicago Bulls?
Yeah,
It
the
was
Chicago Bull watch, and then the yeah, All-Star ring, I think it
yeah,
was.
All-Star ring. So you gonna say automatic like whoa. And plus, that town that well, as you tell in the beginning that the town was real poor. And here this fool driving around in a Lexus like that.
Uh-huh.
The food, I'm talking about the Native
I know,
American
I
guy.
know,
I wasn't talking about, James,
I know.
Mr. Jordan. So and that's and he's also guilty of driving around in the car and they used the phone. They used the phone in the car.
Uh-huh.
So they knew and did you get to the part where uh the sheriff's son, they think he was involved in them uh getting rid of the car?
No, I didn't see that. The
Uh,
last I saw he was walking out of jail with the dumb face because his dad got him off
no, okay.
for
Yeah,
killing that drug dealer.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm giving too much away.
That's all
But
right. I'm gonna breeze through it the rest of the day though. I ain't got nothing else going on.
but it was a good well, would you call it a documentary or a show or
Yeah,
mini
I call it
documentary?
a documentary. Yeah,
Yeah.
mini documentary.
So let's talk about this Ebony Williams. Now, Ebony Williams is a lawyer. I don't know if she's a former lawyer or still practice law. She's she was a correspondent for CBS News and Fox News. I only know her. The only reason why I know her is because do you remember when Joy Taylor left Skip and Shannon?
Yeah.
And they were testing different moderators, and she was the moderator, one of the guest moderators. And I'm like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
she's really good. She can speak well. She didn't interrupt them when they was talking, and she seemed knowledgeable about sports. And I just couldn't understand why they didn't pick her. So now it comes out that she's the first African American member of the Real Housewives. I don't know if it's New Jersey or New York. I don't know. So we taking a little time out to give her props breaking the color barrier. Thanks a lot. Your credit to your race. So she goes on Wendy Williams, plugging her appearance on this Real Housewives. I want to say it's New York, but I'm not really sure. So she goes on Wendy Williams, and here's this little clip that she said.
It made us tell the truth about our relationship.
How long were you with him before quarantine?
Almost 4 years.
Did you live with him at the time of quarantine?
I'll tell you what happened. He actually did not quarantine with me. He has 3 children, 2 of which are young adults, and he chose to quarantine in New Jersey with his semi-adult children. And for me, listen, I'm not a parent yet, so I get that they're number one.
Right.
But I need to be number one, Wendy.
So she also says during the whole interview, of course I'm not going to play, as you could tell she ain't got all screws upstairs. So I'm not we don't have to listen to that whole interview. So further on, she says, I was still holding out hope. We were doing a couples counseling and everything. He's a lovely man, just wasn't for me. He's older. He's been there, done that. didn't want a new baby and all that stuff. I want stuff, Wendy. So she that was her fiance now. Well, first of all, number one, can you explain to me what's a semi-adult?
Yeah, I was confused on that one too. Are they adults or not?
A damn 13-year-old is a semi-adult.
That's probably what she meant. She just don't want to say what it is, but he probably has a little kid and then two young teenagers.
Right. Okay, first of all, that's her fiance and everything, right? Now, as you see, she's a older woman. I assume she's probably in her mid. I think she's 37. So she's 30, 35, 37 years old. So you know that biological clock is a ticking, and she wants a kid. There's nothing wrong with that. So you didn't have a conversation with this man before you accept his marriage proposal that you wanted kids.
Right.
Yeah, there's there. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and now all of a sudden his age is becoming a factor.
Right.
That should have been hammered out from the door.
Right. And can you imagine that if a man said this bullshit? Like, man, let me tell you something. Man, I'm with this girl. I'm with my fiance, and she want to quarantine with her kids.
Man, he would have got canceled on every channel. It'd have been the talk of the town.
Yep. And people actually think that that was right, that she did that. Like, he wanted to be with his children doing this. What is wrong with that? I don't understand what would you think that was wrong with that. You chose the guy to get with a man that has children. What do you expect?
Uh-huh.
That goes to show
Then
you.
she make it seem like I understand they're your kids and they should be number one, but I should be number one. Well, you just contradicted yourself. Which is it? Like, if you understand that his kids is number one, then why would you turn around and say I should be number? He was confused.
Right. That goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, all the young people out there. All you got, if you want to go to school, just keep right on going. They'll give you something just for showing up. Cause she ain't really all that bright. She can speak very well. I think that get with people confused because she speaks well and everything, but she's not really all that bright because no one that was bright would say some shit like that on TV. That she dumped her fiance.
Why do people put all their business out there all the time? These people on this new social media thing, people just put so much business. Ain't nobody ask you all that. Why'd you have to put all that out there?
Right. All I gotta say is, if Skip and Shannon would have hired her, none of this shit would ever happen.
She would have lasted maybe 2 weeks.
Why you say that?
They probably would have got tired of her.
Well, shout out to Miss Eboni Williams, Esquire, and thank you for breaking the color barrier, being the first Black housewife or the Real Housewife of, let's say, New York. Thank you. The race, you are an asset to the race. So,
yeah, right.
this other little clip I want to play is from Kendra G's YouTube page. I don't know if this is the Kendra G from Power 99. I haven't listened to that radio station in eons. I remember the name Kendra G, but I don't know what the lady looked like. So here's this thing on Kendra G. I didn't tell you about this one because I want you to hear it firsthand. It's a little 3-minute clip. I'm going to play the whole thing. Have fun with this one. Have fun.
Do you have any kids?
I'm currently pregnant. Yeah.
You're how many months pregnant?
27 weeks. So around 7 months.
Wait, hold on. So you're pregnant right now. The guy you're pregnant by, you're not with him?
No.
So you want to get a jump start in who you want to date before you have the baby, I'm assuming.
No, it's not like that. Mm-mm.
But hold on. What is it like? Because this is a dating show. So people come up here to meet someone that they want to date. So do you not want to date somebody?
Yes, I do want to date someone. I'm not trying to make it seem like I want to be, I'm ready to like hurry up and jump into something with someone or like be in a relationship or anything like that off the bat because I am pregnant. That's not the deal. The deal is to, talk to someone. If we do go on dates, that's great too. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm rushing into anything with anyone.
I'm gonna ask this question, but I'm hoping it's a no. You're not planning to have sex with somebody else while you're pregnant, right?
No,
Oh.
no, of course
Oh,
not.
because
No.
that's just
Okay,
disgusting.
okay.
No, like I said, I'm willing. I want to get to know someone spiritually and mentally first before I ever give my body away. Because that's part of the reason why I'm where I am right now. You know, I was just like, it was just all sex and not, you know, getting to know him more mentally and spiritually and emotionally, which got me into this predicament now. So I'm learning from that. And from learning from that, I'm just not going to even deal with anything sexually.
Okay. So what do you say to the people that say, why don't you wait until you have your child to start entertaining other men?
The difference from me being pregnant and meeting someone else than a man getting all these women pregnant, not taking care of them, and continuing to be with other women.
You have a point there. That's why I said on the flip side, I know plenty of men who have dated other women while they had a child on the way.
Lying.
I guess it's because the physical aspects of the baby, you know, physically, you can see the woman pregnant. So I would just think, have the child and then focus on the guy. But you say that doesn't make any difference.
I mean, that's another thing. People are saying focus on the guy. I've never lost focus of my child. I will never lose focus of my child, and I'm not focusing on another guy. What I'm focusing on right now is my child, and, you know, once again, just to do something that makes me, you know, happy as well. And if I'm getting to know other people and just, you know, like I said, communication, a mental thing, spiritually getting to know someone, that's not hurting anybody.
You don't have to, but can we see the belly? Oh my goodness.
There, is she out on the
Oh
prowl?
my goodness. Oh my goodness, you're really having a baby.
Yes, I am. Like I said, I have no reason to lie. And I'm looking for someone who can also do the same. I'm completely 100%. I'm completely open. I'm an open book. And I'm just looking for someone that can, you know, also match that. And that's it. You know, I'm not looking for anybody to buy me nothing, do nothing for me or anything like that. But basically be that friend. And if that friend ends up being my partner, my best friend, then that's a plus.
Well, that goes to show you right there, like we always say, that women always lie to each other. For some reason, they don't tell each other the truth. And because Kendra G said, yeah, because I know plenty of guys who dated women they had children on the way.
And that's not even the same thing. She's actually carrying a baby. If you're a guy and you're out there dating with a kid on the way, you're not actually carrying a baby. You know, it's nowhere near the same.
Right.
You want to talk about the elevator not going to the top floor. As soon as she started talking, I'm like, what?
I'm telling you, I don't know why she just didn't tell her ass the truth instead of trying to lie. You need to focus on having that baby and not focus on a man. She gonna talk about her focus is mainly on her child. So you in a new relationship and you got a new baby, one of them is going to be neglected. One of them is going to have to be neglected.
What single guy want to date a girl with a big belly like that?
Right.
And knowing ain't nothing going on because she ain't thinking about sex or anything like that. He might as well go find a chick that's not pregnant.
Right. She want to get to know someone on a spiritual level, on a mental.
Why did she do that with her baby dad?
Because that was just all about sex, like she said.
Okay, then strap up.
So no, the thing is that she got to roll around with my man right there, having sex unprotected, and got pregnant. Now the new guy got to hang around her, and it has to know her mentally and spiritually before they even have sex with each other. Oh, then he got to wait, you know, for the baby and for her to heal and everything, and for her, like, damn, when you ever going to get it?
Do you remember that story I told you about me and Dennis with the two chicks, double date?
Do you want to tell everybody on here?
Nah, I'll tell you offline. I'll bring it up offline.
I remember the story. I just want to know if you want to tell everybody on here.
Well, it's almost kind of a similar situation. You know what I mean?
So, was that Kendra G from Power 99?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's her. I'm not sure. But ladies, stop lying to each other and tell her the truth. She should have stopped her off the bat and say, wait a minute, you need to focus on having that baby and make sure that baby got the best of care. You can't do two things. You can't have a newborn baby like that and be in a new relationship. One of them is going to be neglected. Now, which one of them is going to be? You want to neglect your baby to be with the dude, or you want to neglect the dude to be with the baby? You can't do it. You have to focus on that child. And she just let her just talk.
Yep. We have so many situations like in our community like that where as soon as a girl get pregnant, she break up with the dude.
Right.
Like that happened to my sister. That happened to my cousins. Like people I've heard of that work with. Like it's crazy to me. Like you rolled around with him. This was your boyfriend. Now that you're pregnant and the baby on the way, y'all don't even speak to each other no more.
Exactly. I had a cousin that she had the baby premature. So she had the baby premature. The baby had the baby around about what, 8 months, maybe like 7 and change. So she had the baby. And same thing what you said, her and the baby daddy can't stand each other. So I said to Maisha, so you mean to tell me that 7 months ago, they was just in love with each other, rolling on top of each other. Now they can't stand each other. I don't get it. Like, what could he done that bad in 7 months?
Right. Yeah. It's weird to me. I only know 2 guys that got with a girl that was pregnant and wound up marrying them. And that's just unheard of and crazy to me.
Yeah, do you want to?
Nope. I ain't putting my business out there.
No. What I was gonna say, I know who you talking about. I know one of the person. So
you know both of them.
So the one I'm thinking about, he wanted to come on the show. Are you gonna bring that up? You gonna bring that up?
Man, I'm not. He must don't listen to the show, but move on.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that you know both of them, but they met a girl that was pregnant. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about flat stomach. Oh, I just found out I'm pregnant. I'm talking about little bulge down there. They still dated the girl, and they wound up marrying her. That's crazy to me, but hey,
so
got their reasons.
So I have 2 questions that I ask you. Number one, the most important thing, you told me on Friday that you was going to do something. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil has never seen an episode of Saturday Night Live. He was supposed to watch it this Saturday. So the question is, did you watch Saturday Night Live?
I tried to watch it. That show is horrible. And my instincts told me it was horrible. That's why I've never watched it this long. It's like I want to say a white version of In Living Color, but it's not funny.
I think you have to say that in reverse. A Living Color is a black version of Saturday Night Live.
Whatever, I don't know. I just know one was funny and one wasn't. But the reason why I was watching it was only because I was waiting for Elon Musk to give us some props to the what do they call it? The Dogecoin. I kept calling it Dodge. I kept calling it Dodge. How did they say it?
Doge.
Doge,
right. Like a kind of like a French shit.
Now you're the first person I ever heard say that. I heard people say Dodge. I heard people say Doge. Now you saying it's Doge?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what they call it.
Well, that's what I was waiting for because they said it was up to 71 cents per share, and they said once Elon Musk do his Saturday night bid, it is either going to tank or it's going to skyrocket. They was trying to push for it to go to $1, and I had like $3, so I was like, what am I find with this $3? So I said, buy some cryptocurrency with this $3, see whatever I can get, you know what I mean, and just sit on it. So when I saw that, and they was gonna give me like 1,300 shares for like $3, I was like, oh shit, let me get that. So I got it and I just sat on it. And then when the news came on and everybody was talking about it, I'm like, oh, what? I bought a little more here and there. So I got over 3,000 shares, and it wasn't even worth a penny, less than half a penny when I got it. And it just kept going up. And then when it went to, I want to say 71 cents, my little bit of change that I spent on it was equivalent to like $3,000. So I'm like, oh shit, now it's a talk of the town. But first off, Elon Musk let us down. They said his bad acting, and then he called it what did he call it? He called it a word when he mentioned it on Saturday Night Live. And after he said that it should just tank big time. What did he call it?
Shay. Is this Shay Michaels, the brother that does the news? He told asked Elon Musk, was it a hustle? And Elon
That's
said,
what,
yeah.
right. That's what it was, the hustle. So when he said yeah to that shit tanked. And then I wanted to cry, man. I was looking at my money just dwindle away. I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? So it went down to like, I want to say from 71 when the show started, but even before the show ended, it was down to like, I want to say 39 cents. It took like a big hit. I was like, oh my God, I just lost like $1,000 that fast or something, you know what I mean? But then I woke up this morning, and I guess a lot of people was getting on Elon Musk about it because you know what I mean, his bad acting and him talking about his hustle, making it tank like that. So now what he did was he said he's gonna accept it as currency for his SpaceX program. So then all day long it's been going back up. So I'm like, all right, bet at least he redeemed himself.
Well, number one with you is Elon Musk is a bad host for Saturday Night Live. For your first show you watched, you have to watch it where, okay, Dave Chappelle, you could have watched it when the brother, I forget the brother's name that was on Judas and Black Messiah. He was he was a good guest on there. And Regina King was a good guest. The thing with him is,
the thing is, I don't want to watch the show because the little parts that I was watching was corny, just like I expected. I just wanted to see what Elon Musk was going to say about the cryptocurrency. That's the only part I wanted to see. But I was watching Versus before that came on, and then I was turning back and forth, and then I was watching the fight afterwards.
See, the thing about Elon Musk, that monologue was absolutely hard because every time I see
the hospital gig, John.
No, the monologue is when he first come on and start talking in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the thing about him is every time I hear him talk, it always seemed like rather awkward. I didn't know
like
he had
robot or an alien or something.
Yeah, I didn't know he had Asperger's. So he mentioned that he had Asperger's
Nobody do that.
last night.
The first time they heard that.
Asperger's?
No, not hearing that, but hearing him have it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew he had it.
Yeah, because every time I see him talk, it's like always kind of like a little, like you said, robotic. It's like rather awkward. It's not really socially. The conversation I see him having is not social like a normal person would have. I don't want to say normal person, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw that open monologue. I said, "Oh hell no." That was a bad choice for him to go on there like that. Now, what they should have did is have him on. They should have had a real guest or another guest, but he was still like doing
somebody that he could piggyback off, right?
Yeah, right. But and him just carrying that show, nah, Yeah. So,
like I was saying, even that hospital part where they were talking about the kids and how they talk to nowadays, the Gen X or whatever. I was like, oh my God, this is not. I said kids do talk like that today, but he was just real weird. Like I said, like I seen this thing on YouTube one time, and they were trying to say that he was half robot. He was doing all this shit to himself. I was like, yo, whenever I see this dude, that's all I think about is that little thing that I saw about him. Real weird.
Mm-hmm. So you just mentioned Versus. It was SWV versus Escape. So I didn't get a chance to watch it. I downloaded it. I didn't get a chance to watch it because there was too much shit on last night. UFC was.
It was like you said, it was too much shit. You had UFC fighting on, boxing coming on.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch the Saturday Night Live. Then the Versus was on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was too much shit. So go ahead.
So I put on the Versus because I like both groups, and I was watching that just to hold me down just until Saturday Night Live started. You know what I mean? And I was still turning to see the scores and stuff. But once Shay saw that it was on, she was on it. And then she pretty much took over the TV, and that was her show.
My thing is, what the hell is Escape doing on there? do Escape got 20 songs going against SWV?
Well, it wasn't only that. It was like, because they played a lot of songs that Candy wrote. that like helped them out.
Oh, the 52 fake out. So now Escape won because I'm pretty sure she played Beyonce shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She played No Scrubs.
Well, the first thing they said was this is not a battle. This is just two groups having a good time. You know what I mean? That's the first thing they said. I thought it was actually a good show.
So her and what's T.I.'s wife name?
Tiny.
All right, so her and Tiny, they played No Scrubs, right?
I think so. They play. I think they play like two Beyonce songs.
All right. So
or what's the Destiny's Child? I think one of them was Destiny Child and one was a Beyonce song.
So I think they did No Bills. So they wrote No Bills and No Scrubs, if I'm not mistaken. So in other words, you're saying Escape won because if they pulled out all them songs, then SWV can't compete with that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't really do, and it was weird because they was singing like somebody. I think it was SWV. They sung like a Patti LaBelle song. So it was really just two groups getting. It wasn't like our songs versus your song. It was like a little mix of everything. I mean, it was still good because I like the music. It was, and I'm looking at the girls and like. On
Go ahead.
Well, that Tiny, she's the only one in her squad that don't look right.
Mm-hmm.
Her body is look like she got a big old butt with real toothpick legs. With the outfit she had on, just looked the weirdest shit. What's the name? She Candy. She lost weight. She looked nice. And the other two girls, they look normal. I mean, that one girl, just thighs and butt and boobs. She the big one now. The other before it was the other girl that was the big one.
See, I thought the only one that looked good to me is Eddie George's wife.
Who's Eddie George?
Eddie George's wife is on SWV. It's not the one that's
about the light skin one.
No, that's the one that's on reality shows, not her. It's not Coco. It's the other one. I don't know her name.
Okay, I know you're talking about. Now, back in the day, the one you talking about, she looked like mannish. Man, Shay was talking about that. Was like, man, she was rough back in the day. Like her face was just square. Now she looked more like a lady. You know what I mean?
So I see on round 9 they did Destiny Child's Bills, and SWV did the Human Nature version of Right Here, and Billboard gave that to SWV. I don't know about that one. Well,
they didn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even look at it as a battle. I was looking at the messages. I mean, I had it on the TV, but I had it on my phone so I can read the message. You know how the comments.
Yeah.
And they were saying it was like 4-4. Then I seen people talking about 5-5. So a lot of people think it was close. I didn't even look at it as a battle. I just like listened to both singing and songs. And then when Shay went upstairs, she put it on upstairs. But I'm like, oh man, we ain't supposed to have it on both TVs at the same time.
So I take that back. I think I would put Right Here better than Bills. And
yeah, I would.
I'm scrolling down and I just noticed that that's Coco singing the hook to Men in Black, Will Smith Men in Black. I didn't even know that. That's what it had on here. It has.
Well, like I said, I was trying to turn back and forth, but then once we went upstairs, Shay had the TV and we just watched it to the end.
Round 14.
And it was good because you know how these girls be having their group fallouts and nobody want to talk. Same with Spinderella. She on the stage, but she didn't even get the damn play with Salt and Pepper.
Right.
So you know how these female groups be.
Round 14, Will Smith featuring Coco's Men in Black versus Mariah Carey featuring The Brat and Escape, Always Be My Baby. They said Escape won that one. Yeah, I would give that too. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of, this goes to show you right there that they don't have no damn 20 songs.
No. Well, that's what I said. I said they started doing other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they played round 18, SWV's Rain versus TLC No Scrubs. They have SWV winning. I would pick SWV on that also. And SWV's trump card, SWV featuring Wu-Tang Clan's Anything versus Escape, Who Can I Run To? That's a good round right there. Billboard
now,
said
I like when they did the Wu-Tang. Was it them that did the Escape? I thought it was SWV that did the
SWV featuring Wu-Tang Clan Escape.
Right, yeah. Because the girl you talking about, Eddie Jones' wife, she did the rapping part, and I thought that was kind of decent.
Round 20 is SWV's Weak versus Escape Understanding. That's a good round right there. They said SWV won.
That's like a tie.
So they have the final score. They have it SWV won in 13-11.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Escape really don't have that much hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't know that.
Them Candy Jones that she wrote for other people, that shouldn't even been in the mix. You know what I mean?
Right. I didn't even know they was gonna go there and be singing songs that they wrote.
Uh-huh.
Well, the second thing is I want to ask you is everybody's been anticipating this one. Did you finally watch Queen Latifah's Equalizer yet?
No. and it's funny because I was scrolling through like, damn, I need to find something to watch. Ain't nothing to watch. And I was trying to think of something that you said I could watch, but I ain't find nothing. I watched them. You this new TV show. You seen that?
Is that the Black People?
Yeah.
I heard it was stupid.
It was weird. The first couple episodes was kind of decent, then it started getting weird and stupid. I mean, I still will watch it to finish it because it's just a weirdo thing.
Right.
But it's not what I expected it to be. Sometimes you get invested in shit, but you just want to see it through to see what happened.
Right. Did you watch Kevin Bacon's show? What's it called? Was it City on the Hill about Boston?
No.
But that's a good show for you to City on the Hill. Yeah, I was right. That's a good show for y'all to watch if you don't have nothing else to do.
There's a lot of stuff on. Just I couldn't find it yesterday while I was waiting for just shit.
Yeah, it's too much shows and shit on TV. I'm behind on a whole bunch of movies and all that shit. Well, we'll get into all the movie shit later. But now let's talk about let's talk about Black Ink. Now, the only reason why I started watching Black Ink is because here we got a young brother who have his own business and, you know, the trials and tribulations and all that shit. But that fake shit they putting on there is absolutely ridiculous with Walt. Walt is the brokest, fanciest dresser I ever seen. He talk about how he don't have no money, but he got a polo hat on, a polo shirt, a nice jacket. They stay with the best boots and sneakers. Like, well, where's your money going?
You can see like his reaction and tell it's bullshit. You know what I mean? He just don't act like somebody that like got hemmed up and concerned about the situation. And that's bullshit. Like if you work there that long, you know where the camera's at. You know if you're supposed to lock up. You know everything. There's no way you can say, "Oh well, I was tapping the ATM. I mean the register, but I ain't breaking it still." Really?
That's stealing.
First off, I think it's bullshit anyway, and I don't think none of that happened. But let's just go with the story that they're giving us and feed off of that. Right. How the other two people dropping all these dimes talking about, well, he was coming in here shortening my register all the time. And the other person, well, he was bringing girls in here when, you know, he married this and that. Like none of this stuff came out. Like if your register is coming up short, you take that to the boss. You don't care who it is. You know what I mean? That's tapping it. You take that to the boss. As long as it's not the boss. If the boss tapping it, even if let's say I work for C's. If C's came in there and tapped my register and I came up short, I'd be like, yeah, C's, you know I'm short this week because you took such and such out. You know what I mean? Right. That's not something you just brush over and don't nobody say nothing about. Then when he get all hemmed up now, all this stuff coming out. Because even though I know it's bullshit, but let's say it really happened. If I was C's, I would fire both of them for allowing it to happen. They're not telling me.
Yep, because that's ridiculous. Because if that was a regular store or a supermarket and somebody did that and you didn't say anything, like you said, they would have fired them.
Yep.
They would have fired him because first of all, you ain't gonna mess up my money like that. Like you said, as soon as he did it, I would have texted him or called him and had told I'm talking about Caesar. I would have called him and told him like, yo, Walt just came in here and he took money off the register. I don't know how much it is. I wasn't looking, but he took money out my register. Let him know. Let him know. And then
this the second time he came in here, he ain't working and he just tapped the register for a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? Something.
Right. Yeah, he bring in girls all the time. Now, why you want to blow up his spot like that? That don't have nothing to do with anything. And I thought it was so funny when Caesar, the Emperor Caesar, had told everybody not to talk to Walt.
Oh, shit. Well, he's like a female with that stuff because he did that before. He told Ted, he said, if I ain't messing with, I forget which one it was. It probably was Puma. If I ain't friends with Puma, you can't be friends with Puma no more. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I wish my boss would tell me not to talk to somebody again. Now, if he said like, "Yo, I don't want him in my store no more. Don't let him in." Now, if he said that, that's a whole nother subject.
Right.
But he talked about something. Don't talk to him no more. And how about when Puma talked to him? He came and he was like, "Man, I'm not even supposed to be talking to you. Well, why are you not supposed to be talking to me?" Like, look, they might as well
And
just make this a scripted show. So these people they can get acting union, they can get in the acting union and they can make more money because that's all it is, scripted shit. Because what grown man would say something like that?
exactly. And when the show first started and it wasn't as bad, it was cool. But now with them just making up shit for stories is like bullshit. You know what I mean? And like even with Walt, not Walt, what's his name? Puma. Puma's the concerned friend looking out for him, trying to see what's going on in his life, and then turn right around. How y'all afford that trip?
Yeah.
And that looked just like his walk, just like, damn, dude, you were just talking to him like his friend, and now you just acting crazy to his girlfriend or his wife or whatever.
Hey, how you pay for that? How'd you pay for that vacation?
Mm-hmm.
The funny
I'd be like, your mom gave me the money.
the funny thing is the way how he said it. Like, hey, how'd you pay for that vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Now you know, if that was a regular conversation like that, that woman would have flipped out on him and walked out. Ain't no way in the world. Now, how dare you ask this grown woman how she paid for a vacation? Like you said, your mom gave it to me. Now, what you gonna do about that? Your mom gave me the money. Now, do something about it.
Exactly.
The hell you gonna ask a grown woman how? Oh man, that would have. Oh, I would have been pissed off if I was her. I'd have been pissed off. Don't you dare ask nobody how you pay for that vacation? Oh, cool.
and they both just sat there and said that she worked full time. Right. If you work full time, you can pay for a trip. Like, come on now.
Exactly.
And the brokest person on the show is Donna. She can't tattoo. She don't make no money. But she's the one that she's the one that he's borrowing all his money from.
Right.
Come on, really?
She went over his house and he's talking about how he was on hard times and all that stuff. He's sitting in the house with a Ralph Lauren velour sweatsuit. Gotta be a value over at least I say between $300 to $500. So you got let's just say it's $300. So you got a $300 sweatsuit on, but you stealing money out the register. And you behind on child support. Hey, how'd you pay for that vacation?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I finished watching VH1 Couple Retreat, and that Yandy goes from aggressive to sensitive in like a span of about a minute.
She's a good actress.
Right. And you remember when he first went to jail and how she was bragging and boasting how she was doing everything, and she tried to act like that she was taking care of his other children's mother's children. Yeah. And they was all mad at her, wanting to fight her and all that stuff, but she was just acting like she was just like doing everything. Oh, I'm doing everything. Now she all
marching in the protest, all this, but you couldn't take a time out to write my man a letter.
Now now she was crying because he wasn't there at a parents teachers conference. And like you said, I've never seen a husband and wife go to a parents teachers conference together. Yeah, they went to the parents teacher conference together, and she was crying, and
everybody else got both parents there. Well, where he go to school at?
Right. Dale, he was upset. I'm on Mandisi's side, by the way, because you could have sent him a little email. She sits at her job. She sits on her damn phone and on her computer all day long. She could send him an email, or she can just time the email so he can get one early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was being.
Yeah, I'm on Mandisi's side too, but I think Shay's on Yandy's side. You know how females like to stick together on some BS,
right? And they can never admit that a person is wrong, and she's wrong. How can you not see that she's wrong?
It takes 2 seconds to shoot an email.
Right? She was wrong. And first of all, you can't be crying that he in jail and all that stuff because I'm assuming he was a street guy and she already knew it.
I said the same thing. Yep.
So
That's
you
part
get
of the
locked up.
game.
Exactly. You get locked up. That's what comes with it. Now I could see if he was this outstanding dude and he was doing stuff behind her back without her knowledge, and all of a sudden he get arrested. Now then I could see her being upset about it. But you know this dude was a street dude. Yeah, she was.
Mhm.
Now how you like the funniest couple is my boy Ray J and Princess.
I don't know. I haven't watched the show. Like Shay watched it, and every now and then I might like come in and I see a little bit of it. So I haven't really watched the show.
hmm
I just saw when Mandeezy and Yandy was sitting there and they were talking about their situation, how it didn't right. I seen that part, but most of the stuff that's going on in there, I haven't even watched it to know what's what.
Well, you know Michael Blackson, how the girl want to be number one.
Yeah, I
She
know a little about there too. Their
right.
situation.
She was down for the freaky shit, but now she want him to take her seriously, like she the number one. But he want to still continue to do freaky shit. And
Right.
it's
She was a freaky John.
the thing about him. It's so funny because he'll go from the African accent to just talking his regular.
Mm-hmm.
Would you call it American accent?
Mm-hmm.
He'll go from his African accent to American accent all in one line. He'll start talking like his African accent, his comedy African accent. Then he'll just talk regularly. Then he'll go back to his African. Shout out, that's our boy though. I still don't know what he ever said funny, but that's our boy.
Motherfucker. That's all he say. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's not really funny.
My sister had asked me about him. I said no, he's black famous. Because she had asked me why would the girl put up with him. I said no, he black famous.
Because he
Meaning
got
that,
money.
yeah, he can go in like Beverly Hills and walk down the street and not being bothered. But if he go on Crenshaw or something like that, he'll get hassled. So tell us what's going on in this new season of the Bear Grylls show.
I just started the season. Ain't really nothing.
Tell us about the story with the water.
Oh, the girls. So they got girls on one side of the island and they got dudes on the other side. Neither one knows the other one is there. And the first thing they do is build a fire, shelter, find some drinking water. And So the girls found like this swampy ass moat. I don't know what the fuck you call it. It's like a swamp. It's like shit floating on top. That green mossy shit. So the girl tasted it. It was like, I think we can drink this. So instead of and they got a pot because they give them a pot for the show or something. They got the thing to boil it in. They start drinking the water, putting it in little water bottles that they found on the island. They all drinking the water. They all throwing up. They got the shits. They stomach hurting. They all fucked up. But even though they fucked up, they're like, yeah, we're dehydrated. We just got to keep drinking this. So they're holding their breath, still drinking the water while they fucked up. I was like, I can't believe this shit. Out of all these survival shows I've ever watched, everybody know you just can't drink bullshit water. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then like the water stink. So they be like pinching their nose as they pour it down their mouth. I'm like, these fuckers gonna kill themselves. You know what I mean? So the guys out on their side of the island, they're like out hunting and stuff and looking for, just doing recon, checking out the island. They runs into the girls. They're like, yeah, we a little dehydrated. Y'all got water? They're like, yeah, we got water. So they give them the water. They're like, oh shit, this water stink. So the guy like acts like he drinking and throws it over his shoulder. He was like, no, we're not going to be drinking this. Nobody should be drinking this water. And then they like fucking boil the water. And then the girl's like, oh my God, it's so much better. I'm like, really? Like they've been drinking that shit for like 3 days. They should all be dead.
Right. Well, my thing is if we can just take if we just see water, a pond, a lake, or whatever, and we could just take it and just drink it like that. The question I want to ask you is, would you even buy water if we can do that? Why would you buy water and
Exactly.
not just go to a lake or a pond or something and just take a take a big bottle or a tank of water and just fill it up? We would never buy water.
Right. And when they first come on the show, they get a big jerry can full of like fresh water. They got to last for like the first day or two. So like you said, if you could just drink any water, why are you lugging this jerry can around the water? You could just bang that out and then not even have to carry it no more. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's stupid. And like all these survivor shows, everybody should know you just can't drink fucking stand still sitting water like that. But nope, them whole gang of girls and not this is a survival show. Somebody should have some type of knowledge of survival. And nobody said nothing about the water. They all just holding their nose and drinking that funky water. I
Exactly.
said, this is crazy. And it happens every time on these shows. It's just unbelievable. You would think somebody say, oh shit, I remember season 3, episode 5 when the girls were drinking the funky water, you know what I mean, or something. All these shows got people getting sick from drinking water and they can just keep on doing it.
Right. So no one gets voted out on this show or anything, right?
Not really, but they can pretty much give you like a living hell, make you like if you're I've seen like lazy people like, you know what, your lazy ass won't be eating and you won't be over here like making them all depressed and they get their shit together, or they wind up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna tap out. I need somebody to come get me and they like quit the show.
Now
But you
how
don't really get voted out.
now how do they do it? Do they gotta like put a sign up or something like
No,
that?
no, they got a walkie talkie.
Oh, they is it just one walkie-talkie or they all
It's one
carrying walkie?
walkie. Well, the team girl, no. The team girls got one walkie talkie, and the team guys got one walkie talkie for emergency.
Mm-hmm.
The one episode, the one guy, he was a doctor. He wanted to make a excursion with like all these people who coming with me. We're gonna go search the other side of the island, but we gotta go through some rough, rocky terrain and do all this. So everybody was coming with him, but a couple of the girls was like dragging the ass. So he was like, "Look, we ain't even get there yet. If y'all, we can't keep moving this slow. It's gonna get dark. Like we need to go." He was like, "If y'all can't keep up, if y'all cool to turn around right now." And then you know the black lady cussed his ass out. You know what I mean? You gonna wait, this and that, ain't no rush, this and that. So anyway, they wound up staying. But then it got to this part where you have to jump across the rock to the another side. But in the middle, the water come real hard and there's like rocks below. Once that water leaves, like a drop where rocks at. So the black girl jumps over there and make it safe. The dude is like trying to go over there, but he's like scaling the wall, but he's yanking like the rocks to make sure like they don't move before he like use all his, weight on them. So
Mm-hmm.
he yanks on a rock, and the motherfucker go falling straight down on his ass, right hit that rock on the bottom. So
did
then,
they did they
oh,
show
he
it?
was fucked. Yeah, he was
Oh,
fucked up.
okay.
So they had to fucking get the helicopter. He fucked up, you know what I mean? Fucking brace him up and helicopter his ass out of there. I said, now it's one thing if you trying to do all this skill and shit, but you can't use that much force where when it do give, you just gonna lose your balance and fall.
Right.
And if you just seen a female jump over there, just do the same thing she did. Why you
Ex-
gotta be all different?
exactly. Now, are these is this a show from England? Are these
Yeah,
Americans? Or?
yeah. No, they're not American. They're like England.
Oh, okay. All right. I gotta catch one. You don't know what channel it comes on, do you? Well,
Nah, I
you
just
don't have
watch.
you don't have to tell me. I can find it. I can find it. I'll watch one episode.
I
I'll
think
watch.
I think our the first episode I watched, season I watched was I think season 3 because that's the one our boy Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Mm-hmm. I'll watch a show and let you know next week.
See, I
So
watch Naked and Afraid, so that's kind of like on the but Naked and Afraid, they don't like on this show. They got clothes, they got all type of gear with them and all this. Naked and Afraid, they don't have all that shit. They pretty much bare. They give them like two things: a fire starter, and like a knife or a pot, and a knife, or you know what I mean. They get to bring like one item a piece.
right.
On this show, they give them like 6 knives and 2 machetes and a fire starter and a pot, the camera equipment. They like give them a whole bunch of shit to survive.
So any new movies this week?
Trying to think. Did I watch anything? I don't think so. I ain't really watched nothing. Not that I can think of.
Well, after 2 weeks, I finally finished watching the Little Things with Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible movie. Well, the reason why it took me
Did
so
not tell
long,
you that.
the reason why it took me so long is because the opening beginning of the movie just kind of like threw me off. Like that was so damn stupid. So the guy's following her in the car. She gets out the car. Okay, she's driving now, and because she see the guys following her. It's a desolated on a desert road. So there's a gas station there. She pulls over and gets out and knock on the gas station door. The gas station was closed. Now, instead of her getting her ass back in the car and keep driving, she runs away from the car into the field. And a guy follows her in the field. That is the dumbest thing ever. And after this, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And then how about the part when the detective he was rolling around with, they did that trick where to get the guy out the house so Denzel Washington can break in. So you mean to tell me you want me to jeopardize my job because you want to roll into a house like that? I'm like, absolutely not. And this dude was like a big dude and doing press conferences and all that shit. I guess he was like the head detective. And he going to sit up there and let you trick the guy to come out the house so Denzel Washington can break in. Are you kidding me? Ain't nobody in the world would do that. So I'm gonna say, so you mean to tell me you wanted me to jeopardize my livelihood and me not taking care of my family so you can break in and see what this guy got in the house? and they never explained. Well, I guess that's because they covered up the shooting that he did. Now, is that the reason why he went to that desolate town and became a deputy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like how they do in real life when these cops get fired for doing a wrongful act, and next thing you know they pop up as a sheriff in some fucking small ass town somewhere else.
Right. And there's another thing. Now, the lady there, the medical examiner, she jeopardizing her job. The lie and tell everybody that this girl got stabbed instead of shot in the chest. Yeah, that was.
I think, like you said, and Denzel know better. Like you said, I think he did that for a favor.
Yep, because he wanted to do that Mom Rainey's movie. So they said, yeah, we'll greenlight it, but you're going to have to do this too. Because he was horrible. Like all the Oscar winners wasn't really all that good. He was horrible. The guy that played Freddie Mercury was horrible. I don't know his name. And
Denzel looked like he didn't want to be there. Like he didn't want to do that. We seen enough Denzel movies where he get into the character and all that. It was none of that in that joint. It was just going with the motion.
Right. And Jared Leto, he was just there.
Yeah.
and there's another thing with him killing Jared and first of all, how the hell you gonna get in the car like that with him? Like, yeah, man, I'll show you where you at, but you're gonna have to get in the car with me. So y'all sat in the car. So y'all say he could just easily just run into a tree at full speed while you sit in the car.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. A horrible movie. But that's why it took me so long to watch it. So next on the movie list is Mortal Kombat. So next week we can give our review on Mortal Kombat. But when it comes to me and movies, I'm like so behind.
I just happened to watch it. I was like, ain't nothing knowing, and it's sitting up here in my favorites. Let me go ahead and watch this, and that's when I watched it.
So, last but not least, on some Eagles talk, the Eagles announced on Friday that they awarded running back Kerryon Johnson off of waivers. Johnson was waived by the Detroit Lions on Wednesday. Johnson was a second-year pick of the Lions whose career got off to a fast start, but who saw his yards per carry average decline in each of the next 2 seasons. Johnson suffered a sprained left knee that caused him to miss 6 games in 2008 and a torn meniscus that caused him to miss 8 games in 2009. As you can see at the top of the article, he wore a bulky knee brace in 2020. There's a picture of him with a knee brace on. And as you can see, he only carried the ball 52 times last season. So that's 52 carries, 181 yards, 3.5 yard per carry average, and 2 touchdowns.
Still getting a check.
Johnson also has 61 career receptions for 527 yards and 3 TDs. So my question is to you is why?
Why the Eagles do anything that they do? The only thing I like was the draft pick. They got the receiver, but then they wasted their second round pick with a guy that's always hurt. Then they just picked up a free agent running back that's hurt. Like I just don't understand. And we got enough running backs. What's that, number 5 on the team now?
No, it's more than that. Johnson is now becoming a crowded Eagles backfield that includes Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, rookie 5th round pick Kenny Gladwell, Jordan Howard, Jason Huntley, Adrian Killings, and Elijah Holyfield, whose father is Evander Holyfield. Why bother?
Two of those guys ain't gonna make the team. So, like I said, it's gonna be 5 running backs on our team. They'll probably keep 2 for practice squad and have 3 in the rotation. Why did they pick up Jordan Howard? He's always hurt. He's old. Like, come on now.
Yep.
You can roll with Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and you can have one more running back, one of the young guys that we drafted. That's all you need.
Evander Holyfield's son went to Georgia, right?
I don't know. I remember him being in college, but I just lost track of him and what he was doing.
Yeah, because that seemed like that was a long time ago. And
Mhm.
and so I don't know if it's that son or is another. Hold on, we can find out what school he went to. Okay, it was Georgia. That's the same one. That seemed like that was a long time ago. He
Yeah,
was
like
in
I
Georgia.
remember him being in college, but I just lost track of like seeing what he doing and following up on him.
Right.
And then when you told me he was on the Eagles just now, that's the first I heard of that.
So you trying to say they're gonna cut him?
Two players is getting cut. It's probably gonna be Jordan Howard, and it's probably gonna be this Carrion dude, and they might keep the two young guys. That's what I hope anyway. We don't need to hold on to no older guys that's hurt.
Right. So he wasn't a rookie. He played with the Carolina Panthers in 2019. And he was drafted by the Carolina Panthers. They waived him, but they resigned him to the practice squad. So why the hell would the Eagles sign him for? I don't get it.
How old is he?
23.
What did he do in college?
Holyfield played in 5 games as a true freshman in Georgia in 2016, rushing 6 times for 29 yards. As a sophomore in 2017, he rushed for 293 yards on 50 carries and 2 touchdowns, splitting time with DeAndre Swift. In 2018, Holyfield rushed for 1,018 yards on 159 carries with 7 touchdowns, and he skipped his senior year.
What happened with the senior year?
He skipped it to go to the NFL.
What do you mean he skipped?
He skipped it.
Came out early.
Yeah.
It sounded like he had a good year his last year. What was that, his junior year? It sounded like that was a good year, but it wasn't enough to catapult him to be a high pick or nothing.
Mm-hmm. So you trying to say they got a diamond in the rough?
Maybe. He would he average like 6 yards a carry? That's kind of good.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, y'all. I hope y'all like our movie and TV talk. Oh, we had a little bit of talk with our Black Queen, who's going to be in the Black History books years from now. Eboni Williams, being the first Black person to be on Real Housewives of New York.
And I was talking to my homeboy Dan the Man. He definitely want to do an episode.
Oh,
I think he uses Zoom.
Oh, I told you that I didn't tell you that I talked to him yesterday.
Oh, you did? No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I told him I gave him the stuff that how we do it. I told him like, well, now since it's the quarantine and all that, we just been doing it on Microsoft Teams, and when we together, I can just use that little Zoom H6. I have a mixer too, but the Zoom H6 is easier to put in my book bag or something like that if we needed to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Mahern ain't never get back with you, huh?
I don't really talk to him that much.
Cause I was thinking they have
he do a lot of barbecuing and cooking on the grill, and I'd be like, that look good. He'd be like, yo, you got to come down.
Do they have a business?
Mahern? Yeah, they got
a bar,
brewery.
right? Oh, so is it a bar / brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about we could just like do it in there, do the podcast in there, and they bring some. I'm not really a beer drinker, but we can just like be testing the beer and like talking about it and all that type of shit.
Let's see. I don't want. You still recording?
Yeah, go ahead. Unless you about to say something that you don't want to be here. Well, just say that then. Let me get out.
I don't know. I'll see. Because he's always trying to do something.
All right. All right, y'all. So you can reach us on Facebook, at Twitter at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals, or send us an email, pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Peace out.
Hey, yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. Fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by